Oh, Sandra, I got you, but it's now it should be functioning. So if you go to the Black Women's Guide page, you should be able to see it. It was on my personal page, and I was like, what is going on?
Okay, because I see the personal page when it stopped. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, that's not supposed to be the case. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Great. Okay, perfect. So now you can share it, and then we can start the interview. If you want to share it, like it, put it on your own personal, any of that, we'll take a minute and do that. Make sure we share the news.
Easy. Look at that. Is that now? Okay. We got action.
You got action. You can see yourself. You can see me.
I see
Awesome.
Facebook stopped.
Oh, so it's not stopping here, so I can still see
no,
you.
it's not you. It's my Facebook page stopped.
Oh, okay. That's okay. What happens is I have it on my phone live. So what happens is I'm able to see people's questions on my phone as they come through on the live feed.
Okay, here I am. Okay, now I'm telling everybody to join us live. Join us for a live interview.
Yep. And if anyone's watching right now, please click share. Share with your friends, your colleagues, your other entrepreneurs, people who like cakes, all of the above, Black women supporters, Black people supporters. So please click that you like it and share it across Facebook and the interwebs. Love to get an audience here. And we're taking Q&A questions throughout the whole interview. So, and we will start in 1 second.
You need to look at that.
I just share in a variety of Black women groups as well. And now, okay, I can see both of you from the side now, so that's good. So now I have a full view. Perfect. And I'm just going to do a couple more.
You have Nicole in and YaYa.
That's okay, I felt.
Oh.
Is that okay? Let me change it.
Nicole and Sanji.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Nicole and I'm in YaYa.
Oh, that's funny. On my meeting invitation, it says Nicole and YaYa.
SinsationalCakes.
Sanji.
Sanji.
SANJII.
It's ON.
Got it. Okay, update it. Just refresh it, and it should come through. Live is sensitive, so hopefully it doesn't ruin my perfect. SONJII. Great. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Ready to rock, ladies?
You ready?
Okay, I'm going to turn the sound down a little bit just to manage the echo since you guys don't have headphones in. So just be thoughtful about how close or far you talk from the phone. Okay, great. Ready? So we're basically going to just talk through your business as co-founders, how you guys built the business, what it's like working as a team or a pair, and then also talk about your product and how you guys landed at this particular venture, and kind of some of the back end, the nitty gritty of how you deal with things like pricing and unit economics, and kind of just we get into the weeds on business structure and model and how it all works. And then we kind of future pace and talk through what are your plans for the next 5 to 10 years. Cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome. And then at the end, we do, we'll capture this, record it, and we will create like a ad roll video or some kind of video that you can take and use as promotional or share with your community as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So, hi everyone, and welcome to our ninth episode of the Black Woman's Guide Interview of the Week. And I'm really, really excited to talk with SinsationalCakes, really because this is our first co-founder pair on the show, which is actually really cool. So I talked to a lot of Black women entrepreneurs, but very few actually have co-founders. So I think this is actually a really awesome experience because it shows that we can work together, that we can support each other in building businesses, creating wealth, and supporting our communities. So I'm really excited to have both Nicole and Sanji here talk about their cake and baked good business, really, and all the things that encompasses. So thank you so much for being here this evening throughout all the technological difficulties that we face. So just maybe start off with introduction. Do you want to share a little bit about how you got into the cake business specifically?
Well, I used to be a hairdresser right out of high school, and I got laid off, and so I needed a job, so I went to a local grocery store, and during the interview, I told them I knew how to cake decorate, which I didn't know how, and so they said, okay, we'll hire you as a cake decorator at $5 an hour. Back then, 1991, that was good, to me. So I went home and told my mom because she was taking classes at Michael's. And so she never had time to teach me because she was a school teacher also. And so I've been in it since 1991. I just couldn't let them see me fail because I had already lied and told them I knew how to take decorate, in which I didn't know how. So, I went to culinary school 14 years later, took some more classes. And a lot of other places that I worked at, I learned from a lot of different chefs and everything. So that's how I got into it.
Awesome. And Sanji, you want to share your story?
I got into it because I was actually laid off because I was in corporate America for almost 20 years. The story goes like this, basically the way that we opened the bakery. I was laid off on a Thursday. Nicole and I had previously talked about opening up a bakery, but my mom, she never did want to. So I was laid off on a Thursday. This guy had been hounding Nicole basically about opening up a bakery in his shopping center. And she's like, no, I'll talk to you later about it. So when I got laid off on a Thursday, Nicole called me on a Friday. And she's like, we got the building. I said, we got the building to what? And she said, we got the building to open a bakery. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, let's go. That's all I said. And that was it. That's how it started. So we basically started with nothing. We started with an empty shell. There was nothing in the building. It was actually an old subway building. So with no bank loans, a lot of personal loans that we made like from family and friends, I can say that we pretty much opened SinsationalCakes up for under, what do you think, 5,000?
5,000. Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's bootstrapping, legit.
Yeah, but we've been in the business like over 20 years because Sanji worked at Sprint, and she would take some of the baked goods that my mom baked, like banana nut bread and things like that, to sell out there. And I would make small peach cobblers, and she would sell them out there. Matter of fact, we used to sell them at a lot of different plants that our relatives worked at. So that's kind of how it got started. And then I believe somebody asked, do y'all make cakes? And I was just now learning, really,
and I'm like, yeah, we make cakes. We make cakes. That's how it was.
The saleswoman.
Okay, so actually, I think it was a girl at Sprint that asked me that. And I said, yeah, my sister can make anything. So when she made that cake, and I think at the time, we probably charged, $15?
$15, $20 a cake.
Something like that. So, we remember doing kids' cakes, like when they were 1 and 2 years old, who are not like 25, 26 years old now, or whatever. But it all, it was just really just a way when we were coming up, just to be doing something, basically. My mom, she always made cakes and always made pastries and baked goods for a lot of people. Then Nicole, when she went on to culinary school at the Art Institute in Dallas, just to really get the paper, to have the knowledge and everything like that. But she's pretty much, new from catching on, watching other decorators being up under, a lot of great chefs and everything, was really helpful in us starting the business.
Gotcha. So you've been doing this for a long time. When did Sensational Cakes actually form and start as a business?
2011.
Okay, so you guys have been doing this for
almost 6 years.
Oh, June 2000. Yes. Awesome. Well, that's a long time. You beat the 5-year mark. That's a win.
Yes.
That's a win. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, awesome. So how long did you know each other before you got into business with each other?
We're sisters.
Oh, you're actually sisters. When you said sister, you meant like legitimately. Okay, I thought you meant like, that's my girl. Like, okay, no, that's your sister.
Oh, I've been knowing her for like
a whole life. A whole life. Gotcha. Okay, that's awesome. So this is a family affair.
Yes.
Ma'am.
So this is actually interesting because a lot of people go into business with if they're nervous about going into business with their siblings or family members, right? Like they want to, right? But they know there's like a lot of complexity. So talk through, how do you guys, does your business mimic your personal, does it mimic your personal relationship? Is it different?
Yeah. Actually, it works out fine for us. Because Nicole, she's a baker. She's a head pastry chef. And she's mostly like just the back end of the business on the front end. So one of us handles the finances and maintaining the store and everything like that. That would be me. And Nicole, she handles as far as the pricing, the knowledge as far as the goods and everything. That's Nicole. So we both know our place in the business. But as far as making major decisions, it's not just me, it's both of us. And so, we just come upon an agreement. And we trust each other as business partners. So as not only my sister, I'm not going to I'm not going to fail because I don't want her to fail. So I'm going to be here for both of us. So I'm not going to let nothing, bring us down. So, and likewise with her.
Yeah, no, that's good because you're family. So, that's the way to approach it. Pamela said, where's the cake? Oh, she wants to see some of the cake. She wants to see what you guys are making. Maybe
actually, we're in the process. We just stopped. Actually, we're in the process now. That's why we're at work late. We're in the process of making 700 cookies.
Oh,
so
nice.
As soon as we finish the interview,
we're going
back in the kitchen.
To make some more cookies. So, sorry, I'll try to put some pictures up, Pamela, if you're watching. I'll try to put some pictures up so you can see some of the cakes afterward.
We don't have anything out now. Will be out. Tell them, you take the display cakes.
Can you see?
Okay.
The display cakes.
The display cakes. Oh,
yes.
Those are like the dummy cakes.
Those are some of the dummy cakes that we have.
But you make these cakes in real life. These are like the version they can tweak them. Yes. This is a lot. You've come a long way from cake decorating. Yeah. That's awesome.
We used to do the sheet cakes with the streamers and everything on there. So I go back and look at some of the old pictures from back in 2000, early 2000, and I just laugh at those pictures because we came a long way.
Wow, no, for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about advertising one, because I see your little Food Network signage behind you. But before we get into advertising, listen, PR it all day. Go ahead, open platform. Go ahead. I want to talk a little bit about the revenue lines, because a lot of times people think, I'm going to open up a bakery or I'm going to sell food, and they think of only one way to sell the product. So just share a little bit about how many different ways do you splice and dice your business model? How many different ways do you sell? Are you wholesaling? Are you selling raw materials? Are you also then selling cakes? Are you doing then custom? Like, how is it going down?
Well, actually, we sell everything. We do a lot of custom work. We do pastries, and we also have a retail side of the business where we sell cupcakes daily, Tuesday through Saturday. We are moving towards a lot of corporate accounts now. So maybe in the near future, we may be phasing out a
Uh-huh.
phase of our retail
Mm-hmm.
uh, because we are being overwhelmed by a lot of corporate accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that we haven't shared with a lot of our Facebook family, and really not our own family knows this. But it's a decision Nicole and I have been thinking about and really trying to sort out how we're going to do it. We're moving more towards doing one-on-one classes for children. But to be honest with you, a lot of the corporate accounts that we're dealing with now is really is pushing us not to do so much retail
If
work.
we could have a staff
Mm-hmm.
that just does the production for
Yeah,
the corporate accounts,
we can
then we can
handle
keep
everything.
retail because that's how we got here with our, with our customers that have been with us since early 1990s, So, like I said, it's just for staffing, if we can have a
Mm-hmm.
staff that, can do the production side,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but.
Really, what we need now is like a production kitchen to
Mhm.
handle
Mm-hmm.
our workload now. And
Mhm.
so with the production kitchen, I know we probably need about 5 to 6 more employees.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
So
unfortunately, it's hard to find.
what do you guys, well, let's break all that down because I'd love to hear more about it in terms of the production kitchen. So are you going to build out, you're trying to build out in your own space or are you looking for a new space? Because it's a pretty decent sized
Both.
floor you got. Okay. Because
Well,
for the
actually,
wholesale.
yeah, actually, if we could get the space that's actually next door to us for the production kitchen, then that would be perfect. We
Mm,
have looked at several, but unfortunately, it wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a
yeah,
good fit. So hopefully,
gotcha.
hopefully we'll do it on our own instead of
Gotcha.
going out and finding one already established. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I used to have a food company, used to do gluten-free fruit and nut bars, like a whole different thing. But I remember that production was hard because they're leasing you a rental. I mean, it's a rental space. It's a lease agreement. And so it's actually very expensive per square footage for a production kitchen to rent
Right.
the
It
space.
is.
And so it does build the question, can I just build it myself? Which is also expensive, but at least you get to, defer the top. It's like it's a tax benefit. It's more property that you get to own. So there's a lot of business benefits to having it
Right.
internal. Though people
Right.
think it's cheaper because there's this liability to have it externally, but it's actually really quite expensive to do it that way if the numbers don't make sense. So that makes
Right.
a lot of sense why you're trying to build a production kitchen. And talk to me about the staff. So you said like it's hard to find. So do you have staff currently? And how's that going?
We're getting it done.
Is it just you two?
No, yes, with a staff of me, my sister, and two other ladies, and
Okay.
we have like maybe 3 on-call people that help us, part-time people,
Mm-hmm.
part-time employees that help us out.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you have a production kitchen, you're gonna need at least,
Cool. Yeah, rotational staff and
yes, at least 6 to 8 people. Yes,
Right.
but
yeah.
like I said, that's what we're trying to get more accounts, but it's not like they call us every day, but
Mm-hmm.
The orders are huge orders.
they're huge
Mm-hmm.
orders. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you have 4 people. So you're all working all the time, but not all the time. Like if there's an emergency, there's someone there. It's not just, like you have a little bit of wiggle room with 4 people. Is that,
If
no?
it's an emergency, it's us.
Oh, if it was an emergency, I was saying if it's an
It's
emergency
us, yeah.
and someone has to step out, there's 2 other people
Yeah,
there
we
who can pick
have
up the
another
slack.
employee, Crystal. She's always there when we need her, she for the emergencies, to let somebody in
Gotcha.
the store to get a cake and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah.
So how
Mhm.
many days a week do you work? You work all 7 inside the store?
4.5.
Okay, that ain't bad. That ain't 7. That ain't 6. I've heard people who be like, I sleep in my store. I'd be like, okay, well, we want to model good behavior. So, 4 days is good. 4 days is great. I mean, when you started, was it 7 days? In and
No.
out? No,
Well, this week it was 7 for me because we worked
because you were
Saturday and
baking.
I worked
Well,
yesterday.
we worked yesterday and
Mhm.
we worked Saturday. Yeah, like that. But as far as the retail store
Mhm.
open, we're open 4.5 days. The
Mhm.
stores close on Sundays and Mondays.
Okay, so
Mhm.
that gives you some flexibility depending on what the orders are you have coming in to give you at least
True.
the rest
Mhm.
day.
Yes.
I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
that's really important because people oftentimes don't think about how business actually runs, and they just go into business, and all of a sudden, I have a woman who I know who's worked in her boutique for like 20 something years, and she just hasn't taken a vacation, like a real vacation. You know, she just
Oh,
hasn't been able to
really?
get she hasn't been able to get the model up and running to be able to take the time off. So there's something really important that you're saying here, which is like, oh yeah, no, our model's 4 days that we have to be on no matter what, and then there's 3 days of
Yeah.
flexibility to deal with whatever. But it's not like I have to be on call every day, every day. If I ever want to take a day off or something, I have the space. And that's just maintenance. People don't realize that that's about like, I can sustain the business. I take care of myself a little bit through this process, right?
Right.
I
Yes.
get
Right.
myself some time to sleep in late one day a week or whatever, right? So
Right.
that's
Right.
awesome. And so how do you guys determine like who's the person to take on the emergency? Is it
Me?
that's funny.
Because I'm not a cake decorator. I'm not
Gotcha.
a cake decorator,
Gotcha.
so it would be Nicole. Yeah.
How did you guys deal with, and this might be an obvious question or it might be sensitive so you can answer what you'd like, but I think it's important at a family level, but on a business level, the business agreement, like, are you split partners, equity? And the reason I'm asking specifically is because particularly when you're in the starting phase, it's much more labor intensive, right? It's
Right.
probably still
Right.
is for
It
you right
is.
now. But as you go into wholesale, you get more employees, the responsibility starts to shift back over to the sales side for this kind of business growth and development. And so how do you guys think about the short term and the long term, and how do you think about that when it comes to your contract in terms of like, okay, our liability or equity into the business? Complex kind of question there, but
Well, when we first started the business, we had already had an agreement on what our percentage was, for each individual. We had already agreed upon that. The more business, but first and foremost, I can say that actually it was like a whole year before we even paid ourselves.
right.
And it was probably, what, 2.5 years, maybe 3, that we probably even got a paycheck, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I say worth having,
Mm-hmm,
but,
mm-hmm,
worth having, even though we did earn it, because you do have to make sure, we both have our separate home lives, but this is number one first, and
mm-hmm.
then our home lives. So to be honest with you, Nicole and I just, we just make it work.
Mm-hmm.
We've just actually just made it work. Um, we just know that the shop comes first. Even now, if we see that, we need to hold off on some things, uh, as far as our own money, then we do that. Then
Mm-hmm.
as far as being in a partnership with somebody, you got to do what works best for you. I know
Mm-hmm.
that some people think that even though you're in a business, that whatever money comes in, you can automatically spend that money. You can
No, you
spend that
can't.
money. But no, we have a set amount that we know that has to stay in the bank. So not
Mm-hmm.
only for, things of the bakery, but also for like taxes,
Mm-hmm.
insurance,
Mm-hmm.
overhead. Then we have the cupcake truck. So we have like, you got $1 million policy over this, you got $1 million policy over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're really not ready and you really don't think that you can handle the expenses, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
as far as a business, don't get into it just for what it looks like on the outside, because most business owners can actually tell you that you will go through a lot of things. There will be a lot of sacrifices you have to make, and a lot of people don't want to sacrifice. Uh, People don't know that Nicole and I both sacrificed our cars. When we
Mm-hmm.
first got into business, we both lost our cars because we
Mm-hmm.
could not afford to pay our car note. Our husbands asked us. I told my husband, of course not. I'd rather let it go because I know it's going to be bigger and better later. And
Mm-hmm.
thank God it has gotten bigger and has gotten better. And we are blessed to be able to be where we are now, as well as help other business owners. There's nothing wrong with giving someone free knowledge
Mm-hmm.
about a business or anything, but anyone that came and talked to us that already had an established business, we listened to them. We played smart about it. We didn't run out try to keep up with the Joneses,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody say or anything like that. But like now, you got to be willing to put in the time and be
Mm-hmm.
willing to sacrifice, to see a turnaround in your investment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I think I mean, those are words of wisdom. If y'all listening, y'all listen on the replay, you gotta rewind that shit. Excuse me, rewind that and play it again. because it's important, because what you said there was so valuable. So many people are not prepared for they think, I mean, they know they want the money and they want the
Right.
freedom, but they really don't understand what it takes to really manage the money, or that
That's
it
right.
overwhelms you. I mean, I had a business
Mm-hmm.
partner who just was down for the cause, like super pumped, wanted to work on their piece, and just did not want to be involved in the business side. And it was a constant kind of like effort
Yeah.
to get them to say
Right.
like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you have to know this too. And you have to
Right.
care
Yeah.
about it, and you can't be overwhelmed by it. And we're building the
Right.
wrong business because you don't want to spend time understanding the business model and the finances, because maybe you want to do only wholesale and you never want to do retail, or you're not at that stage ready to do that. Or maybe the reverse. Maybe you should start with a coffee shop and not try to sell your stuff to Wegmans or any big grocery
Right.
chain. Like,
Right.
right? And so
Right.
it's like it all sounds beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but what are you really emotionally ready to handle?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
And that's a lot of work. Like you say that because uh, people come in. We've been asked to have our products in several different places.
Mhm.
But like Nicole and I know, I say it's not it. It sounds good, but the timing isn't right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
couldn't see it, trying to put like 5 or 6 thousand, cupcakes here, there, whatever, daily, and it's just four of us here, and two
Mhm.
go home at 3.
Mhm.
We can't do it. We'll kill ourselves. We can't do it. So you gotta learn to just, to like take it easy, take it slow.
Yeah.
Don't overwhelm yourself, because I think if you really overwhelm yourself and stress out about it, you'll be ready to give it up. It won't make it fun anymore. You won't like being in business anymore, and you may even hop back into corporate America just because it's a safety net.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we don't have a safety net. It's either sink or swim. So
Right.
I
Well,
prefer
that's
to
just your
swim.
point of sacrifice. And I love that you said that about sacrifice, because it's like, I think people all understand they have to sacrifice so that actually happens. It's like kind of like when your parents say, like, we know you might get a C sometime in school, but then you bring home the C and they're like, what the heck is a C? And then
Right,
that's like, we do the same thing to ourselves. We say, I know we have to sacrifice, but now I'm actually doing it and I'm having a problem with the experience. Or I did sacrifice. I don't want to sacrifice anymore. So I
right,
sacrificed for 6 months. Why do I have to sacrifice for a year? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 years.
right,
So
Yeah.
it's like
right,
these fake criteria on
right.
how we should operate. And so you brought up a really important point that I hope you all hear and rewind and listen to, is like, it's more than you think it is, right? Like, so maybe what can you share? The car is a great example. I mean, that's massive. So how'd y'all
I
get to
mean, it's
work?
Yeah.
How'd
massive.
y'all
But
move your
I
cake with
think
no car?
my transmission went out in my car because I was running back and forth from work into
Delivery?
the shop. We was fixing up the shop.
What is your transmission? Your oil? You're gonna get your oil changed.
Okay, well, yeah, it was the engine went out. Yeah, the
Yeah,
engine wound up going out.
Oh.
And it was like $1,800 to get fixed, and
Ooh.
I done had $1,800, so I
Right.
just let them take it. Yeah,
Like,
I just
thanks,
let
but
them
no
take it.
thanks.
I was
Right.
just worried about trying to get the shop
and
open.
in my
Right.
car, I had a CTS. I'm leaving the shop one day. It just open. Getting ready to go across the bridge. That sucker stopped right there on the bridge. I left it.
Oh,
I
it's
just left
done.
it. I told my sister, turn back around, come pick me up. Called the
That's
tow
it.
company. Hey, come pick up the car. That was it. But
So
we had
how
never,
did
huh?
Oh, go ahead. I was like, how did you sell? I was like, so what did you do? Like, how did you run a business with no cars? I mean, you're in the food business, so like, yeah.
Well, my husband I still does have an 83 short bed Chevy.
Uh-huh.
And I run into the store in the short bed Chevy. The seats all ate up in the back where the foam is coming out. I'm running errands in the truck and everything. And I think I drove his truck for like almost a year.
Wow.
Ooh, I was just without a vehicle for 2 weeks.
Yeah, my mom
Gotcha.
went got her car.
Gotcha.
No,
Yes, she did.
I think so.
Oh,
They go
yeah.
It's never too late for your parents to help
Insider.
out. Don't get it twisted. Parents can always help out in a clutch. That's what they're there for. But that's no, but
Right,
that's
right.
important. What other sacrifices do you think you made sacrifices in other areas of your life? Like that's kind of material, but like with relationships or maybe with like your own personal time or other goals you
Yeah,
had
we
or
missed
hobbies?
out a lot of family. We missed out a lot of family reunions. We missed a lot of
Funerals.
funerals.
Mm-hmm.
People that was very close and dear to us. Um, Graduations. Anything having to do with your family time, we pretty much missed it.
Gotcha.
We just stuck at the bakery. Everybody say, where you at? We're at work. If it's not happening on a Sunday, then we're not going to be there on a Saturday. Because normally Saturday when we get off work,
We're tired.
we're tired. We don't go to any functions. We don't do anything like that.
Yeah.
We live for Cowboy Sundays because
Uh,
we're off on Sunday, and that's the time we get to have with our family. So
mhm.
yeah, that my husband was working nights at one time. I was working days. I didn't hardly get to see my husband or anything like that. It's just, and even the day my father died, we still worked.
We left the hospital and
We left
came
the
back to
hospital,
work.
came back to work, and came back to work the next day. I mean, I went home the day he died. I had a headache because I got a real bad headache. But then I came right back to work the next day. So when I say sacrifice, the world, it doesn't stop because of certain things because of life. It just doesn't stop because of life. You got to be willing to, like I said, sacrifice. Not saying that you're heartless or anything like that, but
Yeah, because I think we had like 3 weddings that week or whatever.
yeah.
And some people was like, I would have just canceled,
No, you have to be mature. You have to
Yeah,
be very
you can't
mature
do
in
that.
yourself and in your business, in order to keep going. And so that's where we are. That's pretty much that's where we are. Yeah, our business first.
No, that's amazing. First of all, someone, Jazzy Sims, I agree. They said good advice, good advice. Yep, I agree. Definitely good advice. And I think, it's real. I mean, I think that's like, I really appreciate, I'm so happy that you ladies are on the show. Because I think you're telling a really real story. Like, no one talks about the pain, like the real pain of running a
Right.
business. When you think
Right.
about,
No.
because everyone's so caught up in like what's going to happen after I make all the money, after I get to chill and
Yeah.
hang out and relax by the beach. I want to make passive income or whatever the heck, right? All this different stuff. And no one ever actually says like, oh, it takes so much more. Like the last drop, when people talk about God and faith, I'm like, God tests people in a couple ways, and running a business is one of them because it pushes you beyond the point of where you thought you were going to be, and it makes you make choices that you never thought you had to make before.
It does.
Right? And so that's where your character comes into play, right? Because people say, why take the day off? I can't take the day off. Why? It's a moral question in a lot of ways about your character and what you believe.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
showing up every day says something about your character and what you believe in. And people don't realize that showing up is like half the work of the business, right?
Showing up is only half the work. The other half is mental.
Right. The other half is, yeah. So talk to me about like, was there a day or like, to your father, I'm sure that was a day when you were like, I could not go to work tomorrow. I could take another day off. But talk about why you decided not to. Like why you
Because our customers, we couldn't let down our customers.
Yeah.
Because we made a commitment to them. They entrusted us with whatever event, that it could have been.
So I was decorating cakes and crying at the same time, but yeah, we just knew we had to get it done. And I know that's what he would have wanted us to do, take care of our customers,
What are some things like kind of to your business, but maybe like additional, like you said, hey, we're not ready to do this part of our business yet. What are some things that you feel like you closed the door on, opportunities, maybe hobbies? I have a lot of women who say, oh, I want to start a nonprofit, or I have this other thing that I also run with my business. Are you guys doing other things outside of the business proper? Like, is there a nonprofit arm or community arm, or is it purely like we're in business right now?
Well, with the business, we help a lot of nonprofit organizations and a lot of schools. We speak at a lot of schools. We do a lot of donating to schools, either with it being the cupcake truck or just making a special appearance and speaking to the students about how they can become other things than being athletes, and let them know that people of color can own their own business legally, and it can also be very successful. Like I said, well, but I did, we also make sure they're aware that there are sacrifices to be made. So just like we're speaking to you, same way we speak to students, we just tell them the truth. We just tell them the truth. And then I think with also offering the classes where students get a lot of hands-on type of activity, I think that it brings a lot of enlightenment too into the community as well. So we always make sure we reach out to the parents with small children and, teenagers or anything like that. Even if I'm out on the cupcake truck, I use teenagers sometimes to get them into, learning how to speak in public and learning how to deal with money. And, someone has a complaint, how you deal with a complaint, resolve the issue in a positive way without getting mad and having an attitude and all that type of thing. So we really believe we give back a lot. We really believe in giving back because we always say you have to bless in order to be blessed. So
yeah,
that's something we live by.
100%. And Jazzy Sim says they're so pure and transparent about their business, and I agree. I think that's a really sweet comment that I wanted to share. And then Martha says, "Hello, cuz." I don't know if she's legitimately your cousin.
That's
Martha Evans. Okay, she said, "Hey, I'm Sharon." So she said, I made sure to keep the family included in the process. So I want to just go a little bit into the advertising side. So like, talking a little bit about, how do you get the word out? I see the Food Network, are you participating in competitions? Is it word of mouth? Are you doing radio ads? Are you doing, online social media? Like, what are you doing?
You can tell her.
Which one?
We don't pay for advertising.
Oh, yeah, we don't pay for advertisement. It's a lot of word of mouth.
Oh,
That's
nice.
how it started. Anyway, word of mouth. And like I said, a year after we opened, I was wanting to close the shop, and Sandra didn't want to. So when Food Network called, that's when, that helped out a lot too.
Gotcha.
Really, yeah, she was wanting to close the shop, okay, because we were real slow. And she said, well, we're not getting busy. I'm just going to go find me a job. And I was standing at the mix. I turned around and said, you going to find a what? I said, I didn't left my job. And I said, no. I said, I'm not going to work for nobody else. We finna stay right here. I said, you brought me in this. We going to stay right here. 6 years later, we still right here.
There you go. So you guys, right now it's all word of mouth marketing. There's no social, is there an online presence?
Facebook,
the online presence.
Yes. And Facebook, of course, Dominique. A whole lot.
Yes.
A whole lot. And let's see. And plus our cupcake truck has also brought a lot of attention to us. It's brought a lot of attention to us. Went to, been to a lot, invited to a lot of events with the cupcake truck. That's been really, really fun. That's a nice addition. So pretty much a lot of word of mouth, a lot of social media. But as far as I want a billboard one day, and one day I'll be able to, we'll be able to afford a billboard. But right now, it's just word of mouth and social media. And the Food Network.
And the Food Network. Always present, ever present. Which is good. It's good. I mean, I think people forget that. Like, if you don't put it out there, people don't know. They don't remember, right? So it kind of has to be front center all the time to build that community. Awesome. Talk just a little bit kind of about the back office stuff. So how are you still making your products like by hand? Are you doing it by weight now? Are you still using measuring cups? Like, have you upgraded to big bowls? Are you still, how's that going?
We're still measuring with the cups and everything, but we do need to get like a 60-quart mixer. We have like 4 KitchenAids, and we have a 10-quart and a 20-quart. We actually can use a 60-quart, but
we actually need a floor mixer. Is that
a floor mixer, 60-quart. But we don't have a space in this location.
We have 3 measuring cups. No, we have
4.
We have 4. We have 4 measuring cups. We have a lot of. We got 1 set of just
measuring spoons that I've been having for like 15 years. So.
All right.
And we also have a 20-year-old spatula.
Go for it.
Spatula.
Go for it. Because I would say like as a I think particularly for the younger entrepreneurs and the younger women watching, there's this addiction for the new, right? I need to get all new stuff to build my business, right? The best that I can afford all the time. So I think just like I need to have the full marketing, have the best tool, the best platform. I need to find I need to compare all the different KitchenAid mixers inside. There's a lot of, this kind of just too much information. So I think it's really great to hear like, hey, you don't need that much to start or even finish your house, right?
We actually bought everything used.
Yeah.
The mixers were
except
new.
for the mixers. The mixers was new. We did that. The tables were used. I think our cases,
the bakery cases were used.
We got like the chairs in the bakery that we have. We bought those from a garage sale and we painted those.
Gotcha.
Made the little chalkboards, but we had an oven. I'm telling you, don't run out and try to buy everything top of the line brand new. When you can afford it, then move on up and get bigger and better equipment. The oven, our last oven that went out on us, y'all, I swear to you, I think told Noah, this oven had given us the blues. I mean, we were really busy. I think we ended up going to buy oven the next day.
Yeah, it was blowing the batter
out of the
I didn't ever heard that before. I'm like, what the?
Out of the pans.
It blew the batter out of the pans. I'm like,
it was angry. It was over you. It was like, I'm over this whole situation.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Jazzy asked a question. She said, if I want to ask you ladies, what do you need for your kitchen? If I asked you what you would need for your kitchen, what would you say?
Oven and space.
An oven and space.
A bigger
oven and space.
Everyone in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, now you heard it. Straight from Black Woman's Guide. We need an oven.
Yes,
you got a rally.
It's really big. We just need a bigger kitchen. This lobby is huge.
Right, you want to I was like blow it out. You need to blow something up.
Yes.
That's
We've outgrown that kitchen.
Yes, for sure. No. So last kind of question, thoughts. What would, if you were working with someone today who's starting a business, a food business, what advice would you give them around what to steer clear from in their business when they start? What's when you tell them that, hey, you don't have to do that. That's not the priority. That's not the focus. Don't waste your time here.
Don't try to follow the fad. A fad, like right now, just say for instance, you see everyone's into doing, you say cupcakes. You can say, just doing cupcakes, and that's not your expertise. I wouldn't open up a bakery or something just to do cupcakes or cake pops or anything like that, and you really don't know your product. You
don't have the knowledge behind it.
That's right. Yes. You don't know your product. You're just thinking you're just baking a basic cupcake when it's actually more to it. A lot of people now, because my sister's a cupcake connoisseur, a lot of people now, we have people come in from different states because they are cupcake connoisseurs, and you have to be able to taste what you say your cupcake is. If I'm going to offer you a cherry cobbler cupcake like we make in the bakery, I'm going to want to taste that burst of cherry, and I'm going to taste that cinnamon and a cobbler taste on top. I'm just not going to want a cinnamon cupcake with just cherry smear on top. You see what I'm saying? So you really have to study your product, learn your product, like Nicole said. Just don't think that, well, they open up, a clothing store, I can do it too. No, 9 times out of 10, you can't do it. I'll be honest with you. I've seen a lot of people, we've given advice to a lot of things, and I think that people think that just because we have been in the business for 6 years, that since we made it, you'll make it too. But I don't think
put in a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to put in work. You got to listen to people. Most of all, I'm gonna listen to a successful business owner. I'm gonna listen to a millionaire before I listen to someone on the street trying to hustle me. Why would a successful person try to give me bad advice and not want me to be where they want to be? We're not like that at all. If I eat, you're gonna eat too.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going, I'm gonna take you with me. If you don't
Yep.
want to go, I understand you don't want to go. But I'm just saying, don't try to follow the crowd. Be your own you.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Do you want to add to that, Nicole? Something different? Something to add?
No, ditto.
Nothing? Did done? That's
No,
it.
she said
Like just,
everything.
I refer to Sanji. Just that's how
Yeah,
it
we
goes.
give, like I say, we mentor a lot of people, and they, take heed of it. It's just it's not easy. They think, whatever they're doing, they can just, start a business, this and that. But we've been doing this over 20 some years. We put in some
Mm-hmm.
years for this. It just didn't happen overnight,
Mm-hmm.
so.
And we're still working. We're still hustling. I mean, if y'all really knew how we hustle every day, I mean, every day. I mean, I'm the type of person, we hustle so hard. I be glad to sit at home and look at Let's Make a Deal. I like, if I
Yeah.
can just lay here and just enjoy Let's Make a Deal, the price is right, I'm in heaven.
Right. Just relax a little bit.
Just a
Yes.
little bit.
Unwind. I
Right.
have I used to do a course, or I still do a course, but it's like the first thing I ask people to do is here's the schedule of all the things you have to do, like in life. How much time do
Yeah.
you spend on different things? Because you need to carve out, if you're starting a business, at
Yeah.
least 15 hours, 20 hours a week to just even start the process, just to even give yourself the mental space. And I had one woman come back and say, well, here's my calendar schedule. I'm like, there's no time for your business. There's no time. I'm like, you don't want to start a business. You don't want to be in business. Like, you want to hang out with your boyfriend, you want to hang out with your family, you want to go here, you want to do this. And I see nothing here about working on your business.
Right.
And it
Right.
was it was a moment where she had to go, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right. So why do I want to start a business? If I really do, what
Right.
does it take? Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Because we
It's gonna
all want to
take it.
feel good.
Yep. Yep.
We
It's
all
gonna
want to
take
feel
it's
good.
gonna take sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like yeah, I think that I really like that what you're saying, because I think it's so important for people to realize, like, we sometimes get conflicting messages, right? It's like, oh,
Right.
I want to be free, I want to have my own time, I want to do stuff that matters. And so we've been recently, even more than usual, sold the idea that you should become an entrepreneur, and
Mm.
it just might not be always true. And when you
Right.
do your calendar and you realize that there's no time, and that you really value hanging out with your friends on the Saturdays and going to the mall, and that's actually really important to you, and that's more important to you than sitting by yourself and doing the work of your business, you got to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself and say, like, listen, I don't really want to do the thing I'm saying I want to do. I need to reset my expectations or find another way to add value, so, right, in the world, and feel fulfilled. So I think you're spot on when you say, like, don't go with the Joneses, because, like, Jones ain't you ain't the Joneses, right? Like, you got the same people, it ain't gonna go so
Right.
well, right?
Right.
And that's
Right.
great. That's great. That's great advice. 'Cause I think I talk to a lot of women who say, well, this is hot right now. Like, they'll be like, oh, well, I'm selling insurance. I'm like, tell me everything you know about insurance. Oh, no, I work with a company. So, no, I said, what do you know about insurance? I don't
What do
know the
you know?
company that you're
That's
selling. I know
that's right.
you. Tell me what you know.
Right.
And if
Right.
you don't know nothing about insurance, I ain't buying insurance no matter how good the tool is that you have.
That's right.
Or a woman was selling this guy's coaching content, and he has that. She's like, you don't know who this person is? He has like 34,000 customers. I'm like, he sounds like he's a great man. I just don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So I'll go to his site and look at his stuff and buy directly from him before I buy from you. I don't know you. I can't vouch for what you're,
Right.
there's nothing to qualify this. And so it's a
Right.
frustrating moment, but it's like, what do you know your stuff? Are you committed to the cherry cobbler? That's
That's
the
right.
question.
That's
Are you
right.
committed to the cherry cobbler? Because if you ain't, I don't want it, right?
Right. Right. That's
And I
right.
think that's a really good message for everyone listening out there. You got a lot of love today. You got loved it, ladies. So inspiring. This woman, Cheryl, Stafford Butler said, hey, ladies, so proud of you too. I got like mad comments up in here. Sonia, or no, Sanji Ward Jones, a different Sanji?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's you. I'm like, are you commenting on your own? Okay, because I'm like, this is somebody else. That's funny. She's responding. Your picture don't even look like, oh, that's still your hair. I have to look close up. My eyes ain't what they used to be. All right. I'm looking at it because I'm looking at your hairstyle like, who's that? She don't got glasses on, so that threw me off. Okay. See Sanji just sharing with y'all. Got it. She's circumventing me. She's on Facebook. She's talking. Go ahead. Do your thing. So now you're in Dallas. Do you ship your products?
We do not ship our products right now.
So you
No,
have
we
to come to Dallas. You got to take a road trip.
You have to take a road trip to come see us. Yes, ma'am.
Roll on into Dallas. Get some cupcakes in your life because everyone knows we all love cupcakes and cakes. And do you make and pastries? Are your three?
Yes, we make pastries as well. Tarts, cake balls, cannolis.
Oh wow!
Nicole comes up with
Everything.
all kind of things.
Awesome. All right. So now you know. I have so many people in Dallas. I probably need to go. I'm gonna go on like a food tour of Dallas. I feel like everyone I talk to is making something delicious. I'm gaining 30 pounds just there for a week. Just not even able to fit into my pants. I can't. I've been working it down. I'm working it down. I can't go the other way. So I appreciate it though. But I want everyone, I talked to a lot of women from Texas. A lot of people in my community are from Texas. There's a huge Black entrepreneurial community in Texas, whether you're in Dallas, whether you're in Houston, whether you're even in Austin. It's just, I mean, they're everywhere. So support each other and get out there. And I love this. Go see the wonderful sister pair over here because they're getting it done. And they're going to give you the real talk, which is necessary.
Yes.
Reset on our expectations. No sugarcoating, even though there's sugar in the store. You can get your sugar other ways.
Right.
When you're going to visit them. You're probably going to need it after you have a conversation. So get a cupcake and some conversation, and it's going to be good for you. So please do so. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I know you want to make about another 100, 700 cookies and get back to work. So I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. Post a replay, and if you have any questions, post them below, and I will send them over to them so they can see them as well. Thank you everyone on Facebook Live for watching, and have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Bye. So what's going to happen? You can stay for a second. I'm going to just stop the recording.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stop it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah. I'm going to turn off the Facebook Live here, so we're not just on it.